This time we are going to have a look at number 12. Number 12 is another question where a lot of students would get to this answer 36 degrees, only to find out that they were incorrect. So what happens here is something that might trouble you if you're not familiar with this notion here. So what I'm going to try and do is show you this. Sine x equals 1 over 2. Okay, sine x equals 1 over 2 pi, 2 pi. Should we go to 3 pi, 4 pi? Okay, sine x graph, here it is. Okay, there you go. And we are looking for 1 over 2. How many values are there? Let's just talk about these 4 values here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to call this number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay, first, number 1 we know is pi over 6, or 30 degrees. Number 2, we know it's going to be pi minus pi over 6. Can you see? Here's pi. And the distance, this distance and this distance, these two distances are the same. So it's pi minus pi over 6, or should I say 180 degrees minus 30 degrees. Okay, it's the next bit we want to focus on. So from number 1 to number 3, the distance is 2 pi, or 360 degrees. Okay, and then from number 2 to number 4, okay, so from number 2 to number 4, the distance is also 2 pi. So a simple rule is sine x equals 1 over 2, x equals pi over 6, x equals pi minus pi over 6. Okay, then the next value is just plus 2 pi, which is going to be 13 pi over 6. The next value is also going to be plus 2 pi, which gives us, let's have a look, 5 plus 12, 17 pi over 6. And after that, they just take alternate terms to give you plus 2 pi, plus 2 pi, and so on. Okay, so what's convenient about this rule is you don't need to draw the graphs forever like this, or go to your calculator every time. As long as you know the first 2 values, then you can just take alternate terms and start adding 2 pi's. And this is the key, should we say a rule? No, key concept that you need to have in your mind in order to not struggle with question 12a, because it is very likely to come up in the future again in an exam that you'll be sitting. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much into detail about this concept, but I'll just write it down here. Cosine x equals 1 over 2, x equals pi over 3. This time, the second x value is not pi, unlike sine. Cosine is 2 pi minus pi over 3. But after that, you can again take alternate terms and start getting your future values. And tan x equals, can I do tan x equals 1 over 2? I can. X equals pi over 4. With tan x, you don't need to do pi minus or 2 pi minus. You just add plus pi to all the coming values. If you need an explanation about this in more detail, then we can take another opportunity to do so, but today we are focusing on question 12, so let's just go back to our question. So question 12a, I'll try my best to draw this triangle as neat as possible. A, B, C, we know that AC is 5, BC is 13.6, and we have this angle, let's just call this angle theta for now. And we also know the area of this triangle is 20 centimeters squared. Area of a triangle, as you know, is half AB sine theta. This is A, this is B, this is theta. Okay, area is 20. 20 equals half 5, 6 sine theta. Okay, can I skip these steps because I know you would have got to 36 degrees. Okay, so if we know that 36 degrees, so theta equals 36 degrees, this is just the same as us saying 36 degrees, x equals 36 degrees, using the same concept that we had. So here's 30, sorry, what am I doing? Okay, 36 degrees. Okay, so 36 degrees is here, and it's going to be some kind of a y value. If we go on further, okay, remember the distance is the same. So if we go 180 minus 36 degrees, it should give us 144 degrees. Okay, and we don't need to worry, but if you carry on, just continue to add 360 degrees to your first and second values, but today we were only looking for this value here. Why? Because if we go back to the question, it definitely says angle C. Angle C is obtuse. So you might have got this answer here, 36. Why? Because the calculator is always going to give you the first value. Okay, is always just going to give you the first value. It is your job to have this particular concept in your mind, and when the question said angle C is obtuse, then you know, oh, that's when I do 180 minus 36 to get my second value, which is an obtuse angle. So we give the answer, angle ACB equals 144 degrees. That should be your final answer and the correct answer.